Oh God. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I'm back from from playing this morning, and what had happened the last time I played is my game froze. But it seems like I didn't actually lose anything because I was fighting some enemies when it froze, and I literally was just fighting those same enemies. So we lost nothing, which is good. So this is the second lush planet that I've been on, and I'm basically here in the hopes of I wanted to get a bunch of iron. That was kind of my goal. And I don't know exactly how much I've gotten so far, so I should probably check that, huh? I should probably not be so far away from any source of light. Okay. Crafting materials. I got one queen bee and one drone. So I suppose I could already start doing some bee stuff with the sand prowler. It's not going to give me too much variety. Oh, I remember what I need to do as well. I need to catch a honeybee and a honey drone. So we will do that shortly. Conveniently, as I am a glitch, they're basically robots, I am immune to poison. I need a lot of food to not be starving. Now what do I have that I can eat here? This is all prepared. I don't know if coffee really ever goes bad. Charred fetus. Great. What a meat cube. Of course. Alright, everything else I think is not cooked. Good. A manipulator module. Oh, I also wanted to... What did I want? No, that's not what I want. I suppose I really just want another little text box. Give me a sec here. Maybe I can customize my YouTube channel so it's not, like, impossible to, account? Do I get to modify my user ID? No. Okay, I can't do a custom URL because I probably need to have way more viewers. Great. Oh, that's not bad. I need 100 subscribers. So I don't have that now, which is frustrating. But I suppose I can still link it. Oh, what's over this way? More Did it just freeze again? Yep, it crashed. I wonder what the issue is. It must be something that's happened really recently. Very odd. I mean, I've played for 200 hours, and the game has never crashed. And now it's crashed twice today. Which is really annoying. It'll probably load me right back where I was. Yep. Nice. Always like getting the upgrade card things. Whether it's upgrade modules or manipulator modules or anything like that, those are always nice to get. Okay, so what I really need to do, that's a lot of that. Really? Again? I'm gonna check something here. Did any of my subscribed items get updated today? Yes. Frackin Universe got updated today. Well, we'll try one more time, and what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna even fight anything. I'm just gonna immediately go back up to my ship and see maybe there's some issue with some update. Now the planet I'm on, there's funky stuff going on. It doesn't seem to be anything awful because it's letting me load right back into my character with everything intact right where the game crashed. I suppose I don't really need that text, right? Because it should all show up on other areas of my stream. And I can always just load it into the YouTube description or whatever. So probably not super important to have. To me, it's just weird that it's crashing, because I've had so much stability for so long that it's very odd. Very odd to see crashes. Not even using very many mods, and the mods I am using are all, with what, like 2 exceptions, pretty much confirmed to work with Frackin Universe. And like I said, I have not had issues, and I've been playing for a long time with the exact same mod set that I used on another character for a very long time. Alright, speed up. Now, hopefully it doesn't crash on my ship. Right now we are doing a little bit of sifting, just some sand and dirt. We can dump more dirt in there. Now, I don't know if it would help, but I could go to a different planet, and maybe that would help solve some of the crashing issues. If I had to guess, it would be something like there was an update, like today, and it modified something that had already existed where I was in the game, and then it crashed due to that. So, I don't know. So I'm thinking then it's probably about time I just head to a new system, right? All that's left here is a primeval forest that I haven't traveled to. I suppose there is this forest planet here. I suppose we can at least check it out. Maybe there will be something worth investigating here on Planet 2. I also do need to get Urchius fuel, so I suppose I'll have to spend a little time here no matter what, because I need fuel to be able to hit up another star. So what do we have here? We have some fluorine and some apex. Still have access to tungsten. Oh, and what are the biomes? That's what I'm always interested in. Forest and alien forest. And then we've got a pretty typical lunar with all 8. Good. So this is what I like to see when you have your 4 core minerals available, as well as telebrium, uranium, plutonium, and crystal Urchius. That makes it where it's a nice one-stop shop for that stuff. So since this is a small planet, let's check it out. I don't have anything to feed the fuel hatch yet. Oh, I ran out of fuel. Should have a pretty good amount of coal, so we can throw some of that in there. More food is going bad. Wonderful. Anything else I would want to use? No. I will have to find another lush planet to get that honeybee. Okay, so we are right on the alien forest pretty much immediately. Now, I don't think you can extract, like, you can't sift alien soil. But you can extract from it, but I think it might just give science or research. Wubstem. Don't. What the heck is this thing? Oh, man. Oh, there's a bug down here. Let's see what it is. Oh, I see. Didn't have to get rid of that. Okay. It might not even be a bee. Okay, so it's a bumblebee. It's not a honeybee, unfortunately, but it is a bumblebee. And that is something as well. But I think that that is just going to be like a greenback kind of thing. You know, one of the standard, yeah, green tip. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Where are my bees at? It's kind of like one of the next things I have to do. There's a huge quest line for bees, and I would like to be able to do that reasonably quickly. Nope, this is not going to work. No? I see, I have to... okay, alright. That works for me. Oh, alright. Okay, alright. Accomplishes pretty much what I needed it to. I guess I'll just use this. Okay. What is this bee? Bumblebee Queen. Okay, so we have a Bumblebee Drone and a Bumblebee Queen. That is good. Would be nice to get something a little bit more interesting than bumblebees, but it's a start. Bumblebees should also make a good, you know, a good basis to start with because they're a very vanilla breed. Looks like another green tip over there. Not a lot going on here. What I'm going to do for sake of ease is we're going to beam back up and then just beam back down right away. And then we will travel the other way. I will not be doing a full exploration of this settlement. What are you? An orchid. Okay. I think I'm... No, I don't think I have an orchid grown, actually. Mushroom guys. Hey, honey drones. I wish one of those would have been a honey queen, though. But good to know that we can get some. Nice. We can get some honey drones or some honey queens right here. That's naive. Oh, sorry. Sorry you didn't like me stealing your... You're totally cool with me stealing everything out of all your containers. You just don't like it when I steal from, like when I take buildings. I do know that I will need to scan a bunch of Florin objects, and I believe that if you scan ones that actually count, like, you get the benefit from that later. Sly Ilfel, the spider droid. Okay. Alright, looks like someone else has a quest for me down here. And if we just kind of just click like mad, we should get pretty much all of the information that those items could give me. A cross-mounted skull. No, I'm not doing that. Let's just kill a guy, that's easy enough. Normally I read these. Okay. Florin Hunting Right Book. The flesh people think plants don't like hunts, all plants like trees. Flesh people dumb. Florin hunt them and have a good time doing it. Step 1, run faster than praise to catch them. Step 2, stab them faster than they stab you. Enjoy hunting. Yeah, very good advice. Thank you. Let's see what's over here. Don't mind me. Continue to enjoy your conversation. I'm just looking around. that it? It's the end of the Florin settlement. It would appear as such. So then we go back up. And we will go right back down pretty shortly. Let's read some of these things. Yeah, I don't really want to read right now, actually. Take it back. So this is done. Gave me lead for the first try. And let's just double check. Alien soil does not sift. Okay. I believe loose silt will. That might be the only thing I've got. So we'll head back down. More stuff going bad. Easy enough. What is this bug? A bumblebee drone. Well, we got honey drones to spawn, so I'm pretty sure if a drone can spawn, a queen can spawn. So it might just be an issue of finding it. But, like, I don't think that's necessarily a tall order. Okay, so there's an underground arcade. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's just right outside this little settlement. Let's just make sure we're going to be able to jump back up. Should be pretty doable like this. The only fear is that this guy might actually be kind of difficult. Alright, I'm cheesing it. We do what we must. Alright. Exciting. Really pulse-pounding stuff. A nano receptacle, a secret note, and a bunch of pixels. Question is, what is a nano receptacle? Oh, okay, so that's a really advanced part for me to get right now. Let's see what this secret Western underground transfer of the loot to take place at the underground stone room west of us. Okay, this is really annoying me. Okay. Is that what you wanted? No, not that. Oh, it's a butterfly. I don't care about butterfly. I only care about bees. So hopefully we can find this underground stone room, and it's not, like, really far to the west. I'm not going to travel too terribly far, simply because I don't think I care enough. I care about bees! Someone's giving me shit about it. That's a big boy. Sugar, pixels, and a medical kit. Okay. So that's not the underground room. It can't be. But this does appear to be, like, I don't know. Is it part of the Florin community that I was just visiting? I suppose we will find out. Yeah, looks like this is. Okay. So I wonder if I need to read the secret note. No, I do not. Underground stone room west of us. Well, I'm not going to look too hard. I'll go back down there. I really wish it were morning. That would make this a lot easier. Worth noting, it has not crashed. Without the light from it being daytime, though, it's going to be really hard to see anything outside of my very immediate vicinity. So I think that might be my best bet to actually get this figured out. Little mining cave thing. Okay. Well, if it's not up there, is it down here more? Let's maybe not die. That'd be cool. What is this bug? Hey, look at that! It's a honey queen! Oh my god! Okay, so I don't know. He just told me all about how bees work, which I already pretty much know how bees work. I am a genius. And I spent an inordinate amount of time using bees in my last playthrough. Like, out of 80 hours, let's say I played that character for 80 hours, I think I probably spent 20 hours on bees. 20 hours on bees. bees. So, we'll beam up. We now have not a lot of bees, so we're going to toss that because I'm not going to worry about it. Not a lot of bees, but we will have a honey queen, a sand prowler queen, and an orchid queen, alongside leaf cutter drones, honey drones, bumblebee drones. Oh, we do also have a bumblebee queen. I think that might be all the bees we got. And so what I am going to want to do is start looking for where I'm going to start a little base. And what I really like doing is finding a barren planet. I have found that barren planets, I've never had mites on barren planets. And every bee that I have bred on barren planets has worked just fine. So I think that's like a good, oh, I can't breathe yet, so I actually am going to need to make the environmental protection pack, which I think I can only make at the anvil. What's up? Okay, I'll see you then. Nothing there. Yeah, I think I need the anvil to make that. Yep. Breathing EPP. So I need 4 oxygen. And it comes down to how the crap do I get oxygen? Ooh, that is spicy. Does it have a alternate fire? No. That's cool. I don't know if it's good, but it's cool. We're out of fuel. So what I will probably need to do is figure out a source for oxygen. And the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is using the centrifuge with water. So let's use my little crappy centrifuge. And I should have some water here. So now we've got that going, and so let's chat. My plans going forward here are to have, I'll probably still have my bee research facility on a barren planet, but I will do science with that on a number of other planets so that we can collect some data, so that we have some good information on how this stuff works. I suppose it's not super necessary because I think you can dig into everything on the GitHub, but like one, I don't know how to read the GitHub information, and 2, the wiki is so out of date that I think we should get something going. So there's the iodine. We got a lot more dirt, so I guess we'll just start sifting some dirt there. And I don't. What do I need? Like 4 oxygen. So it shouldn't take a terribly long time to get 4 oxygen out of the water. But like I said, I'll be doing most of my base on a barren planet. But I think what I'm going to do that I did not do last time is I'm going to try to find a barren planet in a really high risk system, because it's my understanding now that the threat of the planet you're on determines not only the quests that you're given, but namely the rewards. And so if I can find like a tier 8 barren planet, the quests and rewards are going to be very, very good on that. So even though I don't expect that I will actually be surviving in that kind of star system, it will be a huge long-term benefit for me if I can do that. So maybe what I'll start doing, since we're in the ship anyways, let's start determining where I might want to go. Right? So not even a red star. We're looking for like a black star. Right? We want something that's beyond risky or dangerous. We want something that's like extreme. Lethal would be okay. Yep. Fiery star. A dying star would be good. Frozen star. Frozen star would probably be okay. That's a lot of lunars. And I imagine that there are a lot of these star systems that are like, they're just not going to be generating barren planets very often. We ran out of fuel, so let's just throw in the last of my coal. I should be able to extract, yeah, a pretty reasonable quantity of coal straight from the dirt. I also don't want it to be too far away. Oh, look at this. This would be great. Planet 1 is barren, and it's got a lot of lunar. So we need 600 fuel to be able to jump here. But this is definitely where I'm going to be going. And honestly, even though this says it's a extreme difficulty, I don't think any of these are particularly extreme level of planets. So this might be even a good place to try to like go through maybe the mountainous or the tidewater. So can I create a bookmark? No. I think you have to dump a flag to bookmark it. Okay, so we got our 4 oxygen. We make these at the anvil. So that is the first EPP that I've gotten. And yep. So now we can use an augment. And I actually don't think I have. too many augments. I have the poison resist one, which is pretty irrelevant for me. I have a little bit of damage and some healing. So let's just dump that in there for now. A little bit of regen, never hurt anybody. Okay, so that went bad, that went bad. Let's eat that spooky pie. Dune bun. Pearl pea broth. Alright, so now I can actually go down on this moon. It might be better to use my mech right now. It will drill a heck of a lot faster than I'm able to. Moon dust will be good to start sifting as well. Okay, so we're going to want to avoid getting hit by the meteors, because I did that once and they killed me in one hit. Not really a fun time. I like that basically there's this giant robot with someone wearing a horse head on top of it. It does strike me as a little bit silly. It's also going to take an incredibly long time to get 600 fuel, the fuel that we need to actually make it to that dying star. So we'll be going as quickly as we can, but it is actually going to be pretty slow. Okay. And that's when we beam up. And we'll just have to kind of do this up and down, back and forth, quite a bit. What we can do, though, is we can pull this out and plop down some moon dust. And I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe you can also sift moonstone. Yep. So with that, we'll dump the rest of the coal in there. And we'll start looking at some stuff. How much Urchius did I actually get? I got 36. So I did not get very much. At this rate, I'm going to have to do that about 15 more times before I get enough. So we will not use the mech this time, and we'll see how that feels comparatively. I think the mech is going to be better than a tier 1 mining laser, but what do I know? The only thing about using this over a mining laser is that I have better mobility. I'll be able to escape the ghosts easier. But I don't think it gives me any particular benefit in terms of actual mining speed. I think this is slower. Do we still have meteors coming down? That's what it sounded like. Yeah. Cool. And there's the Urchius ghost. That was a little quicker than I had wanted to see it. We might need to be doing some waiting on the sifters. Now, what can I do in the meantime while this stuff is kind of doing its thing? Put a ship right there. Yeah, perfect. Let me check something. I think I can buy Urchius. I just don't know how much it costs. I think it might be 5 per one. And that would be pretty rough. That would not really be a price I wanted to pay. Yeah, it's 5 for one. Although I have a lot more money than I thought I did. So if we say I just straight up buy 600. Okay. Semi-reasonable. I can probably sell stuff to make all of that back. I need the booster crop top for the quest. These are all pretty unnecessary. I do like this sniper. It seems pretty good. We're not using that. The mini rocket launcher. I did want to hold on to that because there are so many different times where you need a rocket launcher. Hold on to the EPP augment. Alright, that makes all of that money back. So then that's not too bad. Then that means that I can somewhat circumvent the fuel cost to get where I need to go. Right? Like if I really want to be, you know, kind of lazy, I can you know, dump some pixels into just buying Urchius at the outpost. And I believe that that gives me enough then to get to the frozen star. You know. All right, I'm gonna do it. Having all of these moons should make it feasible to jump back if I need to. And we're not breaking our game. But I am going to be interested to see what the barren planet is looking like. Okay, so it is tiny. Absolutely tiny. Yep, very small. Barren. Okay, so its threat is actually lower than I expected. Its threat is only like 4.6. Whereas, I guess what else would we want to do a comparison to? Looks like everything else is just orbited by moons. Nothing is... Oh, we could look at this. So Tidewater is usually not a very difficult planet type. Okay, so this one you definitely can't land on. Okay. I am going to go to the friendly ship, too. Okay, so this one... It has a scorched city. Interesting. It's considered dangerous. Well, it's not quite as difficult as I would like, but I think it's going to be pretty dang important here pretty quickly to start working on some sort of a base. And I think this is going to be as good a place as any to do that. Going to give me a lot of the Abacan style crafting materials, which unfortunately is not really what I need or even want. But I suppose I can't be particularly choosy. And frankly, there may not be very much in the first place. I will take all of that. Thank you, please. Well, we are getting right about to that hour mark. We're at 57 minutes. So pretty quick here, I will be signing off. Aircon Warden. Informational pamphlets. Sodas. What more could I possibly want? Always try to make whatever I can. I'll just sell a bunch of this stuff. But I think a lot of those thorn fruits were going to go bad. Okay, so that was all of the water. Can quicksand be centrifuged? Nope. It cannot be. Unrefined fuel? Nope, also cannot be. I don't really feel like trying to do that with poison. Wasn't there something like corn? You could do it with corn. Except I don't have any corn. Cool, cool. So let's see how these are doing. I'm almost out of coal. So have we generated any coal from anything? No? That's rough. Do I have an alternative? Do I have a bunch of wood? 63 wood. Okay, so we'll watch that get used up. We will dump that in there, and then let's go sell stuff. I think the science outpost, they will have stuff closer. Let's get rid of some of this stuff that looks like it's going to go bad. Because then I can still get some money for it at least. I think keeping a bunch of thorn juice is fine. Won't go bad anytime soon. And then I've got 2 of these large meals. Never mind, 3. And they all look good. Yep. Okay, so that gets some money. I don't think there are any quests over there. Advanced plastic. Okay. Protosite. Methyl iodide. Alright, we're picking up a lot of quests. Contaminated water I do have, so that completed immediately. He needs fertilizer, and then we have our quest for Kevin to turn in. Another quest to turn in, good. Laser pistol, and then real quick before I leave, the wrong one. Let's just make sure that I've at least got everything that I can do. I need to make beds, that's for sure. Making an electromagnet? Don't I have electromagnets? If I don't, I know I can make them. So let's real quick make an electromagnet then. Alright. And did that open anything up? Yes. Someone wants methanol. Silicon board, which we get immediately. Okay. Good, good, good. So we're making some more progress through those quests. It's this being part 8 means that I have now played this character for 8 hours. But I think I could have gone a lot faster, of course. Things are starting to materialize a little bit. I feel like, you know, so I'm gonna look at what the what the barren planet here has to offer. Must be right there, yeah. I don't remember if I even looked at everything that's there. The biome is only going to be barren, of course. It's not going to have anything else going on there. Okay, so it does not say anything about weather or surface analysis, but it does say that we have access to durasteel, titanium, some of those other things. So if we look at it, okay, so it does have a very long day, which is actually kind of good to know. So what are we looking at? Generally, I like finding an area that seems... What is this? This is dry dirt. Oh, it must just be like the lineup of those textures don't go together, so you get a hole into the background. I thought it was going to be like, you know, little glowing something, like one of those challenge doors. Yeah, but I always try to look for something that's going to be like a relatively good flat area. Is this dry sand? And then this is going to be like some sort of stone. Okay, I'm going to find shirt. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, no. So what I'm going to do is when I find a spot to sort of stake out, that will be the end of this. So this might be another 5 minutes. Not super long, though. We can just go straight through here. Again, I generally like something that's just a kind of larger, flat area. Typically, just an easier area to build on. And preferably not on a stone base. Here, this is not flat at all, but this should all be relatively easy to bulldoze. Right now, this is kind of getting my vote, because then yeah, you start hitting stone over here, and it's probably like that for quite a ways. That's settled enough for me. What we're gonna do is just blast a little bit of this down. Alright, and then all I really want to do here is make the flag and pop that down. We are not opening the briefcase over rewards. I don't trust Kevin. What is this? Frozen star barren planet. Days. Let's do that. Okay. So we have staked out where I am going to be building, which I think will prove to work out pretty well. Especially if it's a long day. A long day cycle is really going to help for some bee testing. In a short day, the last base that I had made wound up being a barren planet that had a short day. Because I wasn't really looking for too many qualities. I was still pretty new to the mod. A short day made it really difficult to do any sort of rigorous testing and really any sort of meaningful breeding with the bees, because with a cycle of only, let's say, 600 units, it wasn't enough time for a daytime or a nighttime bee to really get anything accomplished. So I found myself typically just breeding suboptimal bees because they would breed in day and night, or they just had a really long lifespan anyways, and I think this is going to be better for that kind of stuff. So with that, let's beam back up, and I think I'm actually going to let this sit here until these are done, but I'm going to end the stream. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow.